Everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. You're in the kitchen with KK. And you know, my passion here is to get people back into the kitchen so that they realize how powerful changing their food is and also participating in that healing process by learning to cook a few things. So, I'm a healing chef. And I have written the bioenergetic cooking method. It really just looks at food, the science and healing of food, how it affects the different organs and systems of your body. So that is a reverence for food. And once you have that and you're thinking in your mind, my clients are always like, what would Kimberly think and what would she eat? They're thinking about mindfulness, they're thinking about nutrient dense. And that is really the method that I bring to my clients. And, you know, everybody's body's a little different, but if you're healing, you need healing foods. So it is National Mediterranean Diet Month. You know, I don't believe in diets. I'm trained in every dietary method out there, but I use the science of food. But what the Mediterranean diet brings to the table is colors, antioxidants, right? That's what's in all of these colors. And they never overcook their vegetables. If you're getting vegetables at a restaurant that are just destroyed, and they're usually an afterthought on your plate, big hunk of animal protein, so they can charge you 40 to 80 bucks for your entree. But the vegetables are not always that spectacular. So that is a signature part of the Mediterranean lifestyle food. You've got your herbs as well, of course, basil, which we're going to be using today, of course, tomatoes and eggplant. Now, you think about some of the nightshades, but there's ways to work around those things for your body. And you always have to be thinking about, oh, you know, why am I having a reaction to something? I do with so many people that have gastrointestinal upset. So that's a whole different story. But I educate people on how the body works so that you can enjoy a variety of food, or you just cook it differently, right? And it's just beautiful. Dark leafy greens, huge. That is the power of healing your liver. That is the power of micronutrients. Our cells are programmed to heal and repair. You hear me say it all the time. They just need the right tools. The majority of the tools they need are vitamins and minerals, micronutrients. There are amino acids in everything, and the single cell amino acids are the easiest to break down. So, Mediterranean lifestyle, they're not having meat all the time. And a lot of their meat choices are lighter fish, easier to break down. And you know that today with our fish, we've got an issue with mercury. So it is best to lighten up on some of these things because the heavy metals are creating havoc in the body and are the root cause behind many of the diseases that we're seeing today, especially dementia, even MS, things like that. So, of course, olive oil. And you want a very high polyphenol olive oil. Finish it. Don't over roast with it. And we can use some high heat avocado oil here too. So nuts and seeds, bell peppers, onions, artichokes, olives, capers, what else? Cucumbers, you know. So I might throw in a few more recipes this month that are signature. But what we're doing today, simple. You don't even need an apron. We're going to be heating up. So this is a kind of a raw soup that's part warm. So the signature stuff we're going to be warming up, but we are going to be using zucchini. So zucchini is definitely part. You can stuff zucchini. You can do zucchini noodles. You can do zucchini salads. I do zoodles with a fresh basil dandelion green pesto. There's so many ways to enjoy this, but what you're getting in the skin here, and the reason that you need organic to get rid of the pesticides and herbicides, or at least lower them, is you're getting the lutein, the zeaxanthin. These are different specific antioxidants that have been shown to assist and improve eye health, right? And help to mitigate the problems that we're having with advanced macular degeneration, which starts in the liver, by the way. So we need two medium ones. We're going to be putting in those. They're not coming first. We're going to start with the signature things, garlic and onions. I don't skimp around when it comes to garlic, and I'm going to rough chop them. You don't have to be a genius to do this. just cut the ends off. I use so much garlic. I'm actually buying them pre-peeled, but I'll go through a bag really quickly. And if you can't really buy a bag unless because they will start to get moldy. So get used to having lots of garlic around. You can roast an entire clove of garlic and then you squeeze it out. You can squeeze it on some delicious bread, vegetables, add it to a hummus. I love to add it to my roasted mashed cauliflower. Just fantastic. So what we have here is a saucepan. That saucepan, we're going to be heating up the garlic and the onion till they're fragrant. We're going to add in some really clean organic vegetable broth. If you want to add in some bone broth, fine. That is fine. You can do that here. And I often cook people's like rice or quinoa in a bone broth if they're not fully vegan and they want to get a few extra animal protein amino acids. So this is a small, I wanted to use shallots. Shallots are so bright and they're so fragrant and they're perfect for this. They'd be perfect, but they're out at the store. I don't know. They've been out for a while. I don't know why. We're definitely getting warmer here, even in Florida where you think it's warm all the time, but we're getting up into the upper 80s and it's not so cold in the morning. So cooling, not so hot. We don't need to be so hot today. We need some cooling soups. But the reason that we do more raw soups or not overcooked is because we're preserving the nutrients, the natural enzymes. That's why a person heals so well with smoothies and juices, because of the natural enzymes that you're getting. So I'm just going to put in a half of onion here. I'm just pre-chopping it. We are going to put it through a blender after this cooks, but this will just help. I'll save this for later. Don't forget your little board scraper. It's always nice to stay organized. So I'm just going to add in a little high heat olive oil. This is avocado oil. This little saucepan's been preheating, and I'm going to get that fragrance, and then we're going to add in the garlic. So how fun, right? A really simple zucchini spinach soup. Going to be fantastic. We'll be right back here. Let me just snooze this. Yeah, so I just tidied up a bit here as we're going. So zucchini, I do a lot of zucchini for different things. I just put it into, I make a ground turkey, like instead of a sloppy joes, I call it sloppy Janes or a Mary Jane. And I use veggies in there too, like zucchini and carrots, along with this really smoky spice mix that I make. But you might want to take out some of the seeds, and I'll just show you one of the easiest ways to do that is if you have a melon baller like this. It fits really nicely right through the center. So you can do that. If you're picking smaller zucchinis, you're not getting all those seeds. Growing up in Vermont, we grew our own zucchinis. We have massive ones. So I learned to make a lot of stuff with zucchini. A lot of zucchini breads my babysitting clients loved, and we always froze it, so we always had it in the freezer through the winter season. So I'm just taking out some of the seeds here, and then I'm going to show you how I quickly cube it. So that is getting fragrant. You just want your onions to start to get a little translucent to smell them. Then you can go and add garlic. You just don't want to burn the garlic here. So let that get fragrant as well. Smelling fantastic. So what you do here is you just cut the zucchini into sticks like this. So we'll cut up 6, and then I'll show you. We'll just cut them. We'll just do them all. You just stack them up like logs. And then you cut through them. It's the easiest way to do this. All right. Stack them up like logs. Get them all together. And then just cut through them. We're going to be adding this to actually the blender behind me. See how quick that was? So if you're putting them into a dish, say like I made yesterday that I mentioned, you want them to be a little bit smaller. But here's something else you can do. I love zucchini ribbons. You can make a zucchini ribbon salad with fresh mint, fresh basil, and fantastic. And I've stuffed them with my pesto and also I make a cashew cream, so it's a vegan style mix. Now, so this is like a ribbon thing. So you can just get like it started here. But then so this is, it can be a lot of work for you. Actually, one of the best things to do is flatten out the back side and then just hold it down. Keep going here. So obviously the ribbons get larger as the zucchini gets larger. Now they're looking great, and you can stuff these. So stuffing them, of course, takes a little bit of time. But you can double them up and then put a red sauce with fresh basil. I've done this. So you can double them up like this. You put your filling in and then you roll them. And you have a beautiful roll, and you can put them into a casserole and warm that up. So lots of things that you can do with zucchini, and of course making zoodles. So this is getting beautiful. The garlic is just slightly toasted. We're going to add in a cup and a half of the broth. I'm going to clean up. We're going to let that come to a simmer, and pretty much the soup is done because we're going to add everything to the blender. Look how fun these zucchini ribbons are. So that is a really interesting, fun salad. Chopped up basil, mint on that, fantastic. An organic European, really high quality. I like the Bulgarian feta, totally different and amazing. Our like a really light goat cheese. That's an A2 type of dairy, so it'll be a lot easier. I don't personally do any, but a little white pop on here would be really fantastic. So those will stay really great until you add like lemon juice to them or anything else, and the acid will start to break them down. So we've got this, it's already simmered. And this NutriBullet RX, I've had this forever, but it has a soup mixture to it. You can also make smoothies in here, but it's really great because this way it's got a top where you can let out some of the steam. So, and it fits right on top. So let's get in our zucchini. This is 2 medium zucchinis chopped up, looking fantastic. We're going to put in a bunch of spinach. Beautiful spinach. You're getting lots of nutrients from your spinach here. So it's a great way to get that into the mix. And basil. Basil, bar none. All of the herbs have really super dense micronutrients in them, antioxidants, and of course, flavor. And that's what you're always so worried about when it comes to healthy food. Does it taste good? You're getting the taste from the food. Like I love just the taste of zucchini. You get to know the taste. Taste is the antioxidants, those phytonutrients here. We're going to put in a half of a large lemon squeeze, and then we're going to use some of the skin. This is an organic lemon, so we can do that. Get that in. I'm not going to use a zester. I'm just going to use my knife, the edge, because we're going to blend this up. So I'm just really, really close to the pith. This is where the lemon oil is, the real strong flavor. Beautiful. If you have a zester, you can zest it, or you can just do it the quick way. And now we're going to add this slowly here to the mix. Those beautiful sauteed onion and garlic. Voila, now we're just gonna blend it and we're gonna have a delicious soup. So let's get this cover on and down into place. Make sure it's plugged in. Doesn't take long. So let me get cleaned up. We'll get a beautiful bowl. I'll show you how to serve it. You're not going to heat it. You're not going to reheat it. And I'm having it for lunch. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, cover is off. Let's get some poured into this. I like this nice big open bowl. So we got lots of space to decorate the top. And I did not put any salt or pepper to it. You don't really need any salt. But the greatest toppings that you could put on this are going to be more of your basil. So just ribbon cut up some basil. Now that you have some fresh basil that you purchased, it's a really great time. I have dandelion greens in there. Make up some pesto. While you're doing things, think of what you can use this for so you don't accidentally let it go bad, because you can freeze that pesto and now you have a beautiful pesto to put on top of your ribbon cut zucchini, or you can make those zoodles. The other thing that would be really nutrient dense, and I just added a bunch of them to a smoothie I had made. Broccoli microgreens are super loaded with about 100 times the sulforaphane as a mature. So look how beautiful that looks on top. I probably should have added. Now, if you want a little bit of coconut yogurt in there, this is one with no emulsifiers, no fillers, no added sugar. And I do like Cocoa June for that. And I use them for an alternative to a dairy yogurt. Not all of my clients do well with dairy. I do not either. Put a little dab of that in there. And some green onions, which I love. I'm actually going to even these off here. I store them like this in the fridge, and then you can just use your utility scissors. Now you've got them all same length. They're tender at the top. They'll continue to grow too when you have them. Look how stunning this looks. You could add a little bit of pop of heat to this, a tiny bit of cayenne on top, or a little bit of paprika, or some dill. So this is going to be super amazing. And how easy is this? Getting a nutrient-dense, super quick soup into your body. Another way to utilize zucchini. So I hope you enjoyed this little session today here in the Kitchen with KK. My name's Kimberly Knox, and thanks for joining me, guys. Bye now.